Since its golden age, film has seen us through some of history's biggest milestones and darkest moments. It has managed to stand the test of time and trends, and after over a century, it remains as relevant as ever. But do you ever stop to think about the films you watch, and more specifically, how they sound?
Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Since its years of orchestral accompaniment and its dubbed introduction in the 1927 film The Jazz Singer, sound has since developed into much more. Today, sound goes beyond dialogue and soundtrack and is now used in a number of different ways to create different feeling and help a filmmaker create their desired emotion in their audience.
Wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute, I tell you ain't heard...
Today, sound in media is made up of 8 different types, and in this video we will be exploring each style and why it is used with examples of use in popular media.
You've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Friday.
Diegetic sound is found in pretty much every media product and essentially refers to any sound that originates in the world of the characters. This can include anything from dialogue to music playing on a radio in a character's room, and it is vital to the storytelling process. We can see in this clip from BBC Three's This Country how diegetic sound plays a role in making the audience feel as if they are part of a situation.
Paid £2 to play football. I said to her, he doesn't get paid £2 to play football. He gets paid £2 to fall on his ass the whole game.
Another example of diegetic sound used in film, and more interestingly, how the highlighted sound does not have to be dialogue, is in the dancing scene from the 2003 film Love Actually. Non-diegetic sound is in a way the opposite, and instead refers to sound that comes from outside of the world of the characters. So any soundtrack, music or narration that the audience is aware of but the character is not. Although films and TV often use non-diegetic sound to help tell a story, adverts also commonly use the technique as songs to help create a mood, whether that be feelings of nostalgia during a Disney advert or feelings of adventure during an adventure park advert. Music can play a fundamental role in marketing, such as in this Argos 2020 Christmas advert.
Yes.
It's incredible, absolutely unforgettable. People say it's only chemical, but it can't be. It's incredible what you're doing to me. If I say it all, every word and every syllable, you will see. It's incredible what you're doing to me.
For a magical Christmas with Argos, you're good to go.
A film that explored the relationship between diegetic and non-diegetic sound beautifully was the 2017 film Baby Driver. The competition of sound effects versus Foley is essentially the debate between stunts and special effects. Sound effects are sounds that cannot be made naturally or cannot be made safely through Foley, and instead they are digitally designed, often through manipulating existing sounds to create a new and otherworld effect. Gary A. Hecker, the Foley artist on the film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, said that sound effects had to be used for the flamethrower scene in the climax of the film, as it was not safe to create the sound with real fire on set. Designed sounds are also commonly found in children's animation.
Den snackar du om!
Foley is instead sounds made using real objects, often using a replica of the prop on screen to replicate the sound that would actually be heard. This creates a more realistic feel to the film, and as a result makes it easier to submerge your audience into the world of the characters. In the original 1993 Jurassic Park, Foley artists created the sound of the raptor hatching by breaking an ice cream cone.
Come on, little one. Come on. Come on, little one. Come on. Come on, then. Come on, then. Very good. Push. Push. Very good. God.
Parallel sound refers to sounds that fit with the film. They can be either non-diegetic or diegetic, but essentially they just have to be relevant to the scene they're in. Examples of parallel sound include this scene from Matilda, where we can see the music fits with the scene as it sets a happy tone which is shown in her smiling face. Contrapuntal sound, however, is sound that completely contrasts the scene that it's shown in, such as playing a pop song over a fight scene. Filmmakers use this as it creates a sense of confusion and unrest in the audience when the two don't fit. The filmmaker is then able to manipulate this emotion.
But suddenly I vidded that thinking was for the gloopy ones, and that the omni ones used like inspiration and what bogs ends. For now it was lovely music that came to my aid. There was a window open with a stereo on, and I vidded right at once what to do.
A sting is a sound often accompanied by a video that is used to highlight something, whether it be a particular scene in a TV show or highlight the product at the end of an advertisement. It draws the audience's attention to a certain point in the production. Since the development of sound in media, many have forgotten about the power of silence. The absence of sound forces your audience to instead focus on other elements, such as the mise-en-scène of a scene, that would have been previously overlooked. One of the most famous examples of the use of silence in modern film is The Quiet Place. The film's use of silence creates incredible suspense and heightens the sounds that the audience actually hears, making them far more important. In conclusion, sound is a fundamental part of the storytelling process, and as the world of cinema progresses, sound will always remain at the forefront.